What's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this absolutely mouth-watering and wonderful chicken recipe. Every time I have friends over, they absolutely love it and they always want to know how to make this recipe, so I'm here to show you guys how to do that today. The ingredients you'll be needing for this recipe is some chicken. I'm using some drums and thighs here, which I have already pre-washed and cleaned. I'm also going to be using some red bell pepper, half of an onion, lemon, and ginger for my wet marinade. And for my dry ingredients, I have garlic powder, thyme, some crushed red peppers for spiciness, and I actually am also going to use a lot of paprika and chili because I love my things spicy. Some black pepper. I have about 4 Maggi cubes here and some chicken stock seasoning or bouillon cubes, whatever you want to use or have. I have olive oil, and first I'm going to start off with preparing my chicken by making slits or incisions in them. I like to do this because I really like to stuff the inside of the chicken with marinade so that it sits there and it just incorporates into that marinade and it just tastes absolutely fantastic. I'm going to make about 2 slits on the drums and just about 1 on the thighs, like so, and set that aside. I'm going to go ahead and start dicing up my veggies to get them ready for the food processor. I'm just gonna make it into fairly large size pieces, cut the onions, cut my ginger, and gut out and clean my red bell pepper. I do not like to use the inside with all the seeds because I'm already using crushed peppers. I don't like that to be in my chicken to, I guess, add more spiciness than I've already added. So I'm just gonna go ahead and clean all of it off like so. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add all of it into my food processor and blend it very nicely. As you notice, I did not add the lemon. This is something that I just like to squeeze and add to the marinade later. So if you can just go ahead and put the things into the blender and blend it like so. Scrape off everything and all the excess from the food processor. After I finish blending everything, I like to go ahead and shift off my red bell pepper to get all the juices out. I don't want all that water to make my marinade really watery, so I'll just put it in a strainer and squeeze out all the water that comes from the onion and red bell pepper like so, just as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because we're going to be adding some olive oil and lemon to it. All this juice here is absolutely unnecessary. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it away for now. Now that we have the base for the wet marinade, we are going to go ahead and adding the dry ingredients to it to make it the final product. You see me squeezing some lemon juice here, and be sure to filter out the seeds. You don't want any of that seed in the marinade. I just like to use my hands for everything. Go ahead and give it a good mix. I did use the whole lemon in this because I think that's just the perfect level of tanginess to the chicken. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in all the dry ingredients, the garlic powder, I have my thyme, I have my chili powder or paprika, I have my crushed red peppers, some black pepper, and I have some chicken stock seasoning and Maggi, of course. If some of you guys are wondering why I'm not using any salt, there's already a lot of sodium used in the chicken stock and the Maggi, so I don't like to add any more salt than there already is and make it very salty. That's why I skip it out. I also go ahead and add in the olive oil at this point and give it a really good mix. I'm I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more olive oil to this marinade because it looks a little bit stiff and dry to me. I don't want my marinade to be really stiff, but then I also don't want it to be really watery. So this should be about the perfect consistency for it. You can go ahead and add the marinade to your chicken and just start mixing it up. I'm obviously going to use my hands because I want the marinade to get all over the chicken from the inside to the out, just everywhere. So I'm just going to use my hands and start mixing it very nicely. As I mentioned before, the slits that I made are intentionally made to be stuffing the marinade inside of it, because as it cooks or as it stays out overnight, as you let it marinate, it just takes in all that goodness of the marinade that we made, and it should look like this after it's mixed. I do like to let my chicken stay in the fridge for overnight if I'm barbecuing it, which I am in this case. And after you do that, this is how it should be. It is ready to be either baked or grilled. It depends on what you're trying to do. It doesn't necessarily have to go into the grill. You can also bake it in the oven as well. And here is the final result after the chicken has been cooked in the grill. Just look at that. I know you want to definitely try this recipe because it is really fantastic. We actually ended up making some beef fajitas, or suya you call it, and shrimp as well, but I just went ahead and cooked half of the chicken. Just look at that, and it falls and it just melts into your mouth, and the inside is so juicy. You can see it's not dried out. So be sure to like, subscribe, and share my videos. If you guys want to see any more recipes or have any special requests, just feel free to leave a comment below. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye bye. Cheers.